Hey guys, good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Illinois, and this is a video that I've wanted to do for a little while, and it basically is going to talk about breather systems for LS motors, or really, any motor that has the need for a breather on it. I see this talked about a lot on different forums, different websites, on Facebook groups, you name it. This is something that comes up all the time. I'm going to show you what I did for my LS motor, and it's going to specifically talk about a naturally aspirated engine because that's what I have and that's what I built it for, and it's what works. If you're running a supercharger, turbocharger, you're gonna have to look into something specific. I believe the same principles apply. However, I don't have experience with that, so I'm not gonna begin to tell you that this will for sure work for it. But this should get you headed in the right direction and give you the basic principles of what you need. And I hope it helps. So stick with me. We'll go through everything and get it done. All right, so on a naturally aspirated LS engine, the couple things that you're gonna see, and they are not specific or universal, is you have an inlet. Your passenger side cover is typically your inlet for fresh air. Your motor needs fresh air, okay? Whether that comes from under the hood, whether that comes from the intake. I'll show you how I have mine specifically plumbed, and where I'm getting my fresh air from is on a 3rd gen Camaro. You have this air box, and I just simply drilled and tapped the hole, installed an AN fitting with a 45 degree on it, and then just ran some hose, and that's my air inlet. Because I know that the carb and that the air is coming in through here, I'm getting fresh air in. All right, so the other thing your motor's gonna have is an area for a PCV valve or some type of breather. Now, stock, this is your PCV valve location. What a lot of people tend to do is just put a breather in there. I couldn't specifically do that because of this windshield washer motor and how it's set up on my car, my 3rd gen. This might be different for you depending on what you're putting it in. So the reason I'm not gonna give you an install video on the catch can is because everything is gonna be specific to your car. It's bespoke to your vehicle, where I mounted mine, you may not want to put yours. You may find a better location for it. I'm working with an F-body, 3rd gen Camaro. You may have a truck, you may have a different type of car. That's why I think doing an install video really doesn't, unless you're working on a 3rd gen Camaro, it's really not gonna benefit you because you're gonna have to figure out where the best location is for it. Now, let me show you where I put mine and how I did it. All right, so this was the location I chose for my breather and the catch can. Or I should say my catch can, not a breather, okay? So out of the driver's side back of the head where the PCV goes, that's that location. That goes, you'll have an inlet and an outlet. So your PCV, the cold air or the fresh air coming in to the passenger side, goes through the motor and basically works like your home furnace system. You have to have an air intake and you have to have an exhaust. So as it goes through the motor, it then comes out your driver's side, the PCV valve area, and I've got an AN fitting with 45 on it for my specific application. That will come into the catch can where it says in, and then you have an outlet. And the outlet in what these catch cans are doing is any oil, bad air, whatever is coming in, getting trapped in this piece, which looks like an oil filter. However, there's not a filter in there. It's just an empty canister. And then any air going back out comes back up, and there's a filter element in there with some, it looks like Chore Boy, basically just the like metal mesh that they provide you, and goes back out, and that goes out through that exit, and then that should run back down into some type of intake on your intake system. I decided to go, and I don't know if you can see that, I decided to go into the intake, which was already drilled and tapped for it down there. I just had to put the fitting in there, which the Evil Energy fitting that they sent worked perfectly. So I've already checked to make sure that it works, and it does. This is the system that does not have a breather on it. You can obviously, you could put a breather on it, but if you're going to be running it back into your intake or through your fuel system and your motor, I don't know that you need a breather on it, because you're basically using this outlet as your breather back into the motor. So it's burning anything up that needs to be burned up. A breather on top of here, which you can get, is just, I mean, you're basically putting those fumes back into the under hood. So for my specific setup, this has a dipstick tube that can be pulled. I'm not going to be able to do that, and I really didn't care if I could use it or not, because I'm just going to be able to undo this while it's in the car and check it that way. All right, that's going to wrap up the video. Short, sweet, to the point. I thought it was necessary to get it out there. I hope it reaches a bunch of people, and I hope it works for you. And I hope that it answers some questions. Maybe you can save the video and use it when it's your time to get the motor up and running and you're trying to figure out what you do for a breather or PCV system. And like I said, this is not the end-all be-all for installation on it. If you're running a supercharger, if you're running a turbocharger, you may need to do something different. And I can't tell you what that is, because I personally don't have any experience with a supercharger or turbocharger on an LS motor. But this should get you headed in the right direction. For $30, it's the right way to go. I think Evil Energy, you can spend $150, $180. That's up to you. That's your budget. But this is what I wanted for mine, and this is what I think will work fine. So, as always, I appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe, and share the video to anybody that you know is maybe working on an LS engine or any engine in general, and they're trying to figure out their breather system and PCV system. So, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you soon.